Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Garo Vanishing, which is on episode 2. This episode here, well, it looks like it's really simple in any of the cases when it comes to a certain horror, if anything else. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that the episode plays off with some guy who's in white hair, apparently ends up shooting a bullet which involves a rain and it erases everyone's memories of what happened that day, etc. And we have to it that he goes on to visit Sword and tells him to be careful what he's doing, etc. And then he also tells Sword and gives him his advice not to involve with other people. But Sword, on the other hand, tells him, "I'm sorry, Luke," which his name is Luke, but Rook, I don't know. But he's the white hair character who appeared in this episode. He tells him that's not how I roll. I usually just help out as the best I can. We also see a scene with Sophie talking to a police officer and ends up seeing her sister, which is a church nun, honestly, and tells her to be back before dinner or she will get punished. Apparently, Sophie didn't know where she's going. She ends up bumping into a man who's in a wheelchair, and we get to know that this man, he's actually a famous Olympic athlete, and then it was shown. And later on, he ends up being upset seeing how he can't use his legs anymore, but ends up being consumed by a horror after giving in, and ends up causing some major trouble. Even Luke and Sword are having trouble tracking him down. But eventually, we get to know what happened to this former Olympic athlete who lost his legs. Is that he protected his love interest or something from a fall of a freaking metal signboard, and he lost his legs while it landed on him. He almost killed her. He almost killed her when being consumed by the horror, but with the combination help of Sword and Rook, they managed to take it down. And eventually, after Sword tells whatever that woman's name who's connected to that Olympic athlete what happened, she ends up losing that memory eventually because of Luke. And eventually it ends up with an episode that these two don't get along easily. And preview of next episode, we're going to be introduced to another character which is called Gina, I believe. Well, the episode title is Gina, but we get to see another character showing up possibly. But we don't know if she is that character, but we'll have to find out. Like I said, just an athlete turning into a horror and causing some trouble, and it required the help with Sword and Luke to take it down. And Sophie is still looking for Sword possibly because that could be some kind of connection to her, but who knows. Until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.